have confidence. Confidence is learning something. So you get a new iPhone and you can't use it, and then you learn how to use it. That's confidence. Self-esteem is how we look at ourselves and how we perceive other people to look at us. So it's not confidence, it's how you perceive yourself and how you love yourself. Okay, so on that note, we're going to have our headline speaker, Marcia M. Spence. Marcia M. is the director of Marcia M. Publishing House. The company grew from her bedroom to reaching and serving over 150 authors across the UK, enabled them to publish their books in 5 years. Marcia was dubbed the author midwife by her clients because of the tender care and encouragement she gave the births of their books. Not only that, reaching the masses with her inspirational message of hope through her blogging and speaking. Marcia's company has written, designed and developed books and also an app for the West Midlands Police, designed an autobiography specially to be presented to the Queen for one of her clients, and has developed an academy for writers. Each year, Marcia sponsors children to write and publish their book, and we have an amazing book by Lucas, Oria's son. Marcia M. has also supported and influenced the development of at least 3 new publishing businesses in the network, and that's something amazing in our Black community as women, through the mentoring, support and sharing of information. Marcia's life has touched so many. She is a speaker, broadcaster, blogger, a memoirist, published bestseller, author and coach for writers and female leaders. Marcia M. is the executive producer of Marcia M TV and On the Couch with Marcia M Show. Marcia M. Spence is a woman who has battled through anxiety, depression, and 2 nervous system illnesses. I can't say this one. Okay. Do you want to say what it is?
Trigeminal neuralgia.
Which is a facial pain, and fibromyalgia, which is a chronic pain and fatigue. Both illnesses have caused Marcia's life to dramatically change because of the debilitating effects of them. Marcia has cared and advocated for her husband, who has battled with drug addiction and serious mental health for over 30 years, despite their separation of 25 years, alongside raising her 3 beautiful children. Marcia's life and work has attracted awards like Star of All Awards 2015, Lift Effects, Author of Colour 2016, Black Excellence Award, Black Woman of Birmingham Recognition Award 2017, and Book for Peace Humanitarian Silver Ambassador Award 2022, and a prestigious Wise Woman Award in 2022. I would love to welcome Marcia.
I'm nervous.
No, you're not.
So much.
Been doing this for 20 years.
Yes, I have. Okay. Good afternoon, ladies. Afternoon. Wasn't the afternoon tea delicious? Yes. I had loads of sandwiches and lots of the Asti because I love to have a little drink now and again and I'm not driving. Okay. What can I say after that? I've got some papers actually for you to take notes. Yannick will hand them out because I've got about half an hour where I'm going to speak. I'm going to read a little bit from one of my books and we're going to do some activities. So you've heard about what's on paper about me. I'm going to read from my latest book, which is an anthology, and it's called The Triumph of Motherhood. And my chapter is called Nurturing My Investments. And I'm just going to read the beginning of the chapter for you. Okay. Leave me alone, I shout. Stop telling me what to do. I am shaking. This has happened too many times before. My body quivers and tears sting my eyes. Finally, I'm boiling over with rage. He keeps doing this to me. He keeps telling me to fix up. Fix up what? Me? Doesn't he know who I am? Marcia and Spence. Don't they know what I have achieved single-handedly? I ask. I search my mind, trying to find the answers for my persecution. A cloak of darkness wraps around me. My heart races and my blood pumps at a speed that feels like it would burst through my skin and spray over the neatly painted white walls. I am lost in the foray of the moment. I am under siege. The attacks of, "Stop it, you're silly," "Childish, you're childish, you need to listen," feel like a heavyweight blows on my wounded body and my even more broken and bruised mind, heart, and soul. How dare they? I want to run away. "Stop it!" I scream with a throat-scratching high tone, not caring that the windows are open and the neighbours will hear. I am beyond caring. I want to escape, to get away from the torment, tears pouring down my face and merging with the mucus running from my nostrils in a reservoir above my top lip. Come on, ladies, you've all been there. I'm running away, I shout at the top of my voice. I feel the white foam in the corners of my mouth split and my eyes roll to the back of my head. I lose it. I raise the hem of my silky hot pink nightdress and wipe my nose, face and mouth. And then I stare. My daughter enters the room and I see her face, the horror of what has occurred a few minutes before. She gently whispers, "Mom, calm down." She reaches out her arms to hold me. I hesitate initially, and then a feeling of warmth and gratitude cools and soothes me. I allow her to hold me. The front lounge door opens further, and I see him. My son. My son enters the room, his eyes soft with empathy and love. And I see disappointment. "This has to stop, Mom. You need to get a grip. Sort yourself out. We're only telling you for your own good." I stand and stare. My mind drifts back to when I was a child. Then I felt alone and completely misunderstood. I displayed similar behaviour then. I had tantrums. Crying, shouting, stamping. These were expressions of anxiety, fear, and a lack of control of the events I had lived through and those I was facing. I grew up in a household headed by my father, who was narcissistic, misogynistic, and physically and mentally abusive. I vowed my children would not have to go through the nomadic and disrupted childhood I had, the running away and coming back, and the level of fear I carried through childhood and as an adult. I had always been fearful and filled with anxiety. I felt completely depleted and distressed, confused and frustrated. Why on earth couldn't I do the things I do usually? Why wasn't I cooking? Why wasn't I tidying up or doing my work? Why was I always in bed, tired and in pain, never leaving the house? What was happening to me? When is it going to stop? My children kept pushing me too hard, so much harder than I wanted. I wanted to lie down, rest, have quiet, and just let go. Give up and stop fighting. And then one day, my son said to me, "Who are you, Mum?" I said, "I'm Marcia." He said, "Who are you, Mum?" I said, "I'm Marcia M." "Who are you, Mum?" I said, "I'm Marcia M. Spence." He said, "Marcia M. Spence has fire. Where is that fire, Mum? Get back your fire. Get back your fire. We need you. Get back that fire, Marcia," he said. "Get your fire." So I listened, my eldest child, and I started to ask myself questions. Yeah? So, who am I? How did I survive the roller coaster of my life? As I've said earlier, trust me, my life hasn't been easy at all. At all. I'm not at the end of my journey. I'm still on my journey of self-care, self-love, self-empowerment. And I'll be on that journey. We're speaking about that outside. I'll be on that journey forever. I have doubts, I have fears, I have insecurities, and a real sense at times of imposter syndrome. I listened to the bio that Christina read, and sometimes when I listen, who is that person? Who is that woman that has done these things? Because my life is damn hard, right? Right? I do things, but I don't always put it out there. My life is hard. I'm telling you. I remember a tune, some reggae tune. I don't know if anybody will remember this, but there's a guy. I remember watching a video, and there's this Rasta guy in Jamaica, and he have one pan in his hand, and him say, and he walk, and him go, "Just me one, I travel along with my little butter pan." Yeah. Right? Yeah. That's me. That's literally what it is. It's me one, just I travel along with my little butter pan. I have a tree picnic. How are they going to be fed? How are they going to have a home? How am I going to do this? I have to do this. Okay. But then we talk about the fire. So, how have I achieved the things that I have achieved? First, I'm going to ask every woman in this room, have you got fire within you? Yes. Yes, stand up if you got fire. And we're going to stand up. We're not in a dance, but everybody, fire! 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 Right? We got fire. Yeah? Okay, you can sit now. So I'm talking about reigniting your fire, because I am someone who has failed and failed and failed and failed and failed, but tried and failed and tried and failed and tried and failed. But guess what? The route to success is what? Failure. And in order for you to fail, you've got to try. Yeah. So all of that equals success. So never doubt yourself if you try something and it goes wrong. If there's problems. Often, right, the difficulties that you experience are for you to learn. So I know most recently, if I talk recently about my business, my publishing business, Lord, we've made mistakes. Geez, we've made mistakes. Sometimes we make a mistake and we learn. And we say, yeah, we got it. We got it in the bag. We got it. Then something else happens that you didn't even anticipate. And then we learn again. So, next time you do it different, right? And so what I advocate is you just be still. Within my business, with my team, right? I also believe that slow is fast. You don't have to rush anything. Everything happens in its time and in the way it's supposed to unfold. Even if it feels like a disaster. Even if it feels like a disaster. Right? Because you know what? Mandy, we tried. You tried. Okay. Now the thing about fire. Fire, what does fire do? Fire gives warmth. Fire gives light. Right? We are fire. We are fire crackers. We are fire lighters. We are fire. Fire gives light. You cannot have light and hide it. So a lot of us, we're afraid to shine. You're afraid to shine. That fire's burning inside you. And you know, like the ladies who spoke before, they're beautiful. They love themselves. They overcame whatever it was and turned it into a purpose. You cannot be a light and not shine. You have to shine. Because your purpose is to shine. Like Christina was saying, it don't matter. People, listen, Christina says she has a big belly. I have a big belly. And I have had to accept this big belly. Because you know what? God made me in his own image. So, anybody criticize me and how I look, right? I said this, me never met myself. God met me, right? God met me like this. God made me this gorgeous, beautiful, talented woman that I am, that's filled with love, right? I give nothing but love, right? So, and you are all the same. We are all filled with fire. So, don't be afraid. So, if you think, if I have a fire here, right? I have something and it's like a light. And you have something that's a light. And if I put my light, so I see another light, what's the best thing for me to do? Stay over here with mine till it burns out? No. Put mine together with your light, and then we got double light, and then we join together. Do not be afraid of other people's shine. Do not be afraid, because your own light is yours. It's given to you alone for a purpose. Even if you have an idea and you have an idea, right? And it looks as if it's the same. But it isn't. Because you've each got your purpose. You've each got your way, your style, your groove. Nobody's going to take away your client. Nobody's going to take away your reader. Nobody's going to take away your friend even. Because what is for you? Another Jamaican phrase, my mum. You know, a lot of people, because I was thinking, I had reached a height when I published my book. I was doing so much fabulous. I'd achieved so much, but I was suffering terribly with anxiety and depression. And I just sunk into this depression. And I had to get a lot of input from different places, my children. But you know what's wonderful? When your children come and support you, it's a reflection of you and your light. Because whatever you have planted and invested in them is coming back to you. And I'm telling you, it has come back to me tenfold. There was a time after I wrote my book, so I was all over the place. But I was not actually working. I had no money. Each week, £15 at the time. I didn't know anything about it because I've always worked. I had an amazing job before I went self-employed. I was a strategic manager in the local authority, did great work, earned good money. And then I became self-employed, and self-employment is just something else. I knew nothing about benefits because I've never ever in my life claimed benefits, because I've always had fantastic jobs. So in my bio, that's got nothing to do with my job. in there. I didn't talk about what I did for 27 years in my bio. So I was at a place, no money. I did a show called On the Couch with Marcia M, a YouTube TV show. And I did 2 series. I self-funded it. I saved my partner money. And when I got my partner draw, I invested it into doing the shows. So why am I saying this to you? I'm saying that there's times when you're really on a low. However, because that light is within, it has to shine. Okay. So let me talk about Sankofa. So on the pieces of paper, there should be an image of a bird. And who has heard of, and who understands or heard of Sankofa before? Just raise your hand if you have. Anybody? Aria? Okay. Just one person has raised their hand. Okay. Let me tell you how I bounce back. Because it's not to say that I will have depression forever. So I'm a high functioning depressive. Yeah? So that means there's times when I pull back because I have to look after myself. Or it's just I'm not even able. If I don't speak to you on the phone, I'm not able. I'm at that place not able. And then in addition to that, something terrible happened in our family where my daughter's sister on her dad's side, 3 years ago, at the age of 16, took her life. And so in 2019, that just devastated the whole family, including my daughter, who is really, really struggling. She's 21 this year, and she is struggling with life itself. For me, it manifested with fibromyalgia. You know, everybody was impacted significantly. So then, what I'm saying is, even though you get over one thing, isn't it? Then something else comes. And something else, it never ends. Your journey doesn't end. So, but I'm not a failure. I've failed loads of times. I'm a success. And you are a success. So I apply, how do I do it? So first I'm going to ask you, just think back to when you were even young or a child. You know, things happened to me when I was young. I was abused too, lived in domestic violence, but there was a time somewhere in your life where you felt you were on fire. Yes, this is me. Yes, everything's going right. Remember those times, yeah? You're on fire. Okay. Then, so remember that. Okay. So Sankofa. Sankofa is symbolized, it's a Ghanaian philosophy for life. And it's symbolized by this bird. Okay. And it means this: you go back to get that which you had forgotten or left behind, and get it in order to move forward. So the bird, his body is going forward, but his head is going back. And also the bird picks up an egg. So that thing there is an egg. And eggs symbolize what? Birth, new life. Yeah. So each time I am at that low place, and especially with the inspiration from my children, get your fire, Marcia, right? Fierce just because he's 35. Well, the thing is, you know, he's 35, but I'm 35 as well, so how does that work? So, this is the thing. Remember that time when you were on fire, yeah? Remember that time? Remember it? So what I do, I go back. So I'm on my way over there. I'm on the way to build a publishing house, a global publishing house. But I'm broken. What am I going to do? I can't do it. I can't get out of bed. My legs are hurting. Oh God, even my bottom hurts when I sit down. Fibromyalgia. In pain. You're sick. You feel broken. You have no money. Are you going to pay your bills? You haven't got a car. You haven't got this. I haven't got a car anymore. I haven't got a car. right? You're in a place and you're like, what is this? You know, for me, I was just like, Marcia M. Spence is spent. Gone. However, I was going forward, but then I had to go back and pick up those things. Pick up my resilience. Pick up my power. Pick up my hope. Remember the things that I had achieved, even in producing that bio. You know, I was shocked, and that's only a quarter. But when I even wrote down the award, I didn't even remember these things. And in fact, I think I didn't remember until I wrote that. So even that inspired me. It inspired me. Okay, who is this woman? Okay.
That's me.
Yeah. And why? Why are these people giving? Sometimes that imposter syndrome, why are they giving me an award? I'm only being me.
Yes.
But that's the crux of it. Be you. Okay. What I'd like you to do is just jot down those elements of your fire. Just jot down just a couple of things, because I haven't got loads of time, but I would like you. But even if you don't do it today, you can do it later. You know, take down, remember when you were on fire. No, when I was on fire. And guess what? Guess what, everybody? When I was on fire, I didn't have a big belly. I'm telling you, nobody knows this. I was a champion hurdler. Wow. A champion hurdler and high jumper. Wow. Right? Listen, fibromyalgia, my illnesses, because I've spent years, before lockdown, I've spent years in my house. So because of online, nobody would know. Everything's online. I spent years in bed. Ask Yannick. Yannick knows. Do you know what I mean? Years. Sometimes when we're working, my team, they actually sit around my bed with the laptops, and I'm in the bed in pain. You know, thank God I am so much better now. Yeah. But you still get flare-ups. So, what I'm saying is, remember those times. I actually remember that. Marcia, remember? You know what I mean? Remember the six-pack that you had? So, you got to go back. But in order for me to go back also, I was put in a position where I had to stop anyway. I had no choice. I had to stop because I was ill. But another method that I'd also suggest is this thing called stop. Yeah. Just literally stop. Yeah. Even if you're in the middle of a project and you got to make a decision. Look, Christina had to sort out new venue, everything. You know, these things happen. But before you panic or you make a rash decision, stop. Now with me with stop, I have I can't remember the word, but stop means, I use the S is silence, the T-O is time out, and the P is process. So, I'm still applying my Sankofa because this is a way to find your gifts, get your gifts back. Remember who you are. So, silence. So I suggest at least 1 week, you take 1 week out, and it's a week of stop where you take time out and practice silence. Okay? Right? You get someone to have your children. Get someone to have the man or the woman at school. Right? You get someone to have them, the cat, the dog, whatever. And you take a week for yourself. Go away even. And in that week, or the bird or the snake or whatever it is, but in that week, right? You're not using your phone, you're not phoning people, you're not texting. You're spending time with you. You're spending time with you. When you want to eat when your body feels to eat. Imagine that. Imagine, as women, come on, we never get to do us, do we? We're always serving others. Seriously, try and take it, even if you can do it for a weekend. And you're not chatting to your friend, you're not talking to anyone. You're with you. sleep when you want to sleep. So if you want to sleep all day, do it. If you want to be up all night, do it. If you want to just have a nap every now and again, graze with your food, eat the food that you love. Do you, right? And the P is for process. So you go through the process in that time. And during that time, I recommend that you journal, that you make notes of what God, some say the universe, Allah, Jah, for me it's God, what the divine, when you're still, when you stop, you reach a place of consciousness. That means you're going to get wisdom. Not even your wisdom. You see, when you stop, also stop chatting to yourself in your head, right? Stop that as well, and just have that, and receive the wisdom that you need, the reminders, the things that can ignite you. Yeah. Even for my presentation today, even for this today, I went back because I remembered I delivered something about Sankofa before. And I went back to say, let me look at what I've done before and select and put it together. This is still specifically for this group that I've put together, but I went back to Sankofa. So, you go back, you get your gifts back, you get your talents back. I'm going to start running and hurdling. You watch and see. Right? You know, get them back. I used to sing. I can't sing now. I used to, lots of talents. Think of your talents. They're given to you for a purpose. So, I'm heading to the close. Okay. Does everyone understand what Sankofa is?
Yes.
It don't mean you're going backwards. It is about, you're not going backwards. You're going forwards. But you go back and get those things. You go back and get your gifts. You go back and get the things that you're good at. Remember the times and bring it back into the present. I've had to do that with my business. I forgot who I was. I forgot that I was a senior strategic manager before I became self-employed. Because at the time I was so vexed with my employment that I'd left with a grievance against them. So I pushed all of that away. And then I wanted to just be free, and I did me, right? But then God said to me, hold on, Marcia, you don't remember, you don't know yourself. You don't remember, that's the thing, you really need to know. When you get the speakers, you're not knowing you. So you need to know. But get your stuff back. Don't feel defeated. Do you know what I mean? You're here for a purpose, to shine. I'm just going to close. Let me see what I said. Okay. So don't be afraid to stop. Don't be afraid to stop. Take time out. Don't get time out. And stop this. Because you know, when you're talking, you're not hearing a thing. No. You're not hearing a thing. Stop even talking to yourself about it. Just stop. The answer will come. The answer will come. And then when you're ready for action, you apply Sankofa. Just go and get all of it, get it, bring it to the front. Don't feel, even though you're broken, don't live in the brokenness. Even when your body's not working, even when you're so ill, even when you're this, even when you did something and it went wrong, keep shining that light. It's yours, it's yours, it's yours, it's yours, it's yours, it's yours, it's yours. You know? Get, like my son said, get your fire back. Where is your fire? And get that fire back. You all, just like me, you have everything within you that you need. Everything. If you feel like you've lost it, go back and get it. What's wrong? Go and get it. Get it. And move forward. Listen, people, before I move on, before I stop, a lot of people blame others. It's because of my dad. I had a crap dad. So what? I had a crap dad. Do you know what I mean? Oh, it's because my husband left me. So what? My husband left me for crack. Serious? See, and it's not serious, right? Oh, my childhood was this. So what? Not that I've got no empathy, because I am flipping empathy nearly killed me because I take on everybody's stuff. I've got empathy, except for myself probably. But so what? So what? So what? What anybody else do? It's not about what they do. It's about what you're here to do. And even if you're here to be a great mother in the house, do it. Don't say, oh, because my mum was rubbish, like with Aria's story. I'm not saying your mum was rubbish, but with Aria, she had a bad experience. So she had to make a decision. I'm going to be a great mum to my son. Do you know what I mean? So don't allow your head to believe the lies. It's about what somebody else does. It's about you. You know what I mean? You know? Sorry my language, you know, my children sometimes, or my daughter-in-law, especially my daughter-in-law, moaning about my son, he doesn't do this. I've said to her, it's not about him, it's about you. You think I raised my kids on my own? I think business, what their dad did, is what I do. Because this is what I'm here to do. And for all of us, all have a purpose. We need to live with love. Love yourself first. Love others. Take care of yourself. Take time out. And just reignite that fire. Reignite that fire. And surround yourself with other firelighters. Other lights.